Scene number 2 with a projector. That's so funny.
You numbered the scenes, that's nice.
Scene number 2 with a projector. You have close-up shots while you are speaking on the phone. On the other hand, when you meet your family in Germany, all we see is your back. Those are over-the-shoulder shots without seeing your reactions. Who chose this style, the director or the cameraman, and why?
Well, it's funny because, like in those first projector, like how you call it, scene number 2, this is really like a director's scene. You know, you have everything under control. You think, okay, how can we make a nice picture? How can we put informations together? How can we show who I'm talking to? Blah, blah, blah. And suddenly you come up with the idea of this. Okay, let's put the slides on the wall. Well, might look nice, but it's funny because a lot of people like those scenes. I don't like them too much because for me, they feel like construction. And it was really my choice, and I had a big fight always with my cameraman for those other scenes because I had the feeling I have to be in the picture. There were 2 reasons. Of course, I didn't want to see me on screen, and I still don't like it. But I didn't have a choice, and I had the feeling that I want to tell the story out of kind of my point of view. That's why I always told the cameraman sit behind me and look out of my angle, out of my point of view, and it was really my choice. And he always wanted to have reaction shots and he wanted to see me, and but it turned out to be, for me, I don't know how you feel about it, but so the first time you really kind of reverse the angle is when I'm in Ali's home, sitting with him, and suddenly you see the reverse angle, you see me, and I think it is way stronger this way than to watch always how I react to those talks. And no, it was really a choice and a kind of concept to shoot the whole film out of my point of view and just see the shoulder, something over shoulder. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Great.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Okay.
You also create a fiction film. Why did you choose telling your story in a documentary film and not a fiction?
And Jans, before you begin your answer, I just want to emphasize something. That you also you direct commercials, as I told them before, and you're also making documentary and not just documentary and fiction films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess well, first of all, I guess some stories are better told. Well, live at some points is definitely stronger than fiction. So since I didn't know the story, I chose the way, okay, I have to put it differently. I tried to do it as a fiction first, or no, again, differently. You saw the film, and the fight. It's very cheesy. You understand the word cheesy?
Yes.
Yeah. But the fight in my basement, and I wanted to study medicine, and I guess my German father would have liked this more than me, going to film school. And it was really a fight about money for film school, all those things. And back then, I kind of put it in my head that if I ever go for the truth, I'm doing a film about it because I learned about the truth wanting to go to film school. And I didn't know how to do this film for 10 years. And then I turned 30. I was about to turn 30, and I still didn't know how to do the film, but I had the feeling I have to do it now. And I was writing a lot, fiction stuff, and everything seemed to be very exchangeable. And I really came to the point where I thought, okay, if I want to do films, I have to do something that has a relevance for me. And this issue had the biggest relevance for me at that point, and so I didn't really have a choice to do like a fiction film about it. I just had to do it because it felt right. There's no real explanation for it. And at the end, of course, it turned out for me that this was the right choice. I mean, I can now do fiction films, whatever, but this was my way of approaching this truth. You know? And also the camera was some kind of, how do you say this, catalyst? You know, catalyst was something that helped me approaching the people, and it was an instrument of creating a room where we could talk about things. I guess we would never have talked so much in depth if the camera wasn't there. It sounds strange, but it really created like a room where things are possible and very concentrated atmosphere. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yes. So yeah, I guess there's no recipe when you should do a documentary or when you should do a fiction film about something. It's, I guess, the feeling and yeah.
Okay. And the second question, scene with your piano teacher?
Violin.
לא, אותו דבר.
Violin. Yeah. That's really interesting because she's the only one that doesn't belong to the family. And we put it in and we put it out, but at the end, for me it's important because she gives the whole thing like a other context. I mean, of course she knows me very good, and I spend a lot of time with her, so she's not a total stranger. But I don't know how you felt watching it, but she, for me, takes this family story to something which is a little bit more universal, because you know she also talks about her parents and how family things went wrong, and she gives like this. She opens. For me, she opens up the family issue, the inner circle, and gives the whole thing something more, universal, and also.
I think Hadar asked a very interesting question, because I think what she was also thinking to herself is if the film could be going as it is without this scene. Which leads me to talking about deleted scenes, and we have Bat-El. She'd like to ask you something about deleted scenes in case you have. Here she comes.
The what scene?
Bat-El will ask you a question about scenes you might have deleted during the editing process.
Well,
but I'll give you
80 minutes, and the material was 120 hours, so there are a lot of scenes that are not in the film. So were important, or like a. There were a couple of things that were somehow a guideline for the editing. First of all, everybody in the film should be treated respectful and appear as as a person, and there is no. It's not a question of guilt and blaming people. It's not a revenge on anybody, and we try to give them their dignity with all their faults and all their bad doings, but it was important for me that even the audience can choose for themselves and can see the breaks and the vulnerability, how do you say this? It's not black and white, you know. So that's why a lot of things were kicked out, because of course if you collect so much material, you can destroy people on screen. You can really, I mean, you can create monsters. So it's very much it's a matter of you know, understanding them and trying to find the line that makes them visible as human beings, not as victims or you know, how do you say it? The opposite of victim is nothing fancy.
Okay, nothing fancy.
We were always trying to get, you know, to the point. Always looking for the truth in the moment. So that's why the editing doesn't have any, you know, pattern. Every scene is edited totally differently. Sometimes we have, you know, you remember the moment when my mother and my grandmother are talking about if my father is my father, it's like a parallel montage, and they react to each other. Or when my grandmother is at the graveyard, suddenly my mother is talking over her prayer.
Yes.
This happens only one time. So it's really always, you know, trying to find what's right in the situation and what tells what we want to tell in the situation. Or like all the interviews are kind of, even though they are only shot from one angle, they are kind of pretending to have a continuous editing.
Yes. Like, you know, just looking at a picture, a shot, without talking, without saying something with the text, and to learn. It's like we say, I don't know if you have the same phrase. One picture is like 1,000 words.
Yes.
So I think in the scene when you meet, before you meet Ali Abu Khalil, one of those moments is when you hit yourself in the face, and the 20 seconds, I think, when you sit outside the hallway. And those are I think, the cinematic moments that can tell everything from the depths of your soul. This,
as well as you know, after all this talking, the silence between, I like it a lot, and I think this is really about, even if you write.
In class and myself, all of us would like to thank you for today. Thank you very much, and we'll talk later on.
Yes. Shalom.
Shalom, have a nice day, guys.
Thank you.
Bitte. No, let me tell you again, you're a wonderful class, and it was a great pleasure to talk to you. And keep on learning and keep on doing. And let me say maybe one thing. I think I don't know the word in English. Oh yes, I do. But I think the most important thing is, you know, to just give it a try and don't be afraid. I tell this myself, and because I'm always very afraid of it, but don't be afraid of failing, because you that's where you learn. And if you don't get, you know, if you don't take the risk that you can fail, you always do boring things, I guess. So just trust yourself and go for it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.